through NxtGen pre-packaged omni-channel commerce solutions. I take this pleasure to introduce the esteemed panel with us today. And also I'm going to share the flow of the webinar. We start with a short presentation by Mr. Neeraj Athalye, who is the Vice President and Head of Customer Experience Solutions for SAP Indian Subcontinent. Then we have a distinguished panel with us, which will talk on providing differentiated customer experience through NxtGen pre-packaged omni-channel solutions. I have Mr. Javed Ahmed, GM and Head for IT, Spencer's and Nature's Basket. I've got Mr. Neeraj Athalye, VP and Head Customer Experience Solutions, SAP Indian Subcontinent. I have Sandeep Temple, Vice President IT, Domino's Pizza, Dunkin' Donuts, Jubilant Foodworks Limited. Then we have Sandeep Mistry, Head of IT Pantaloons, Aditya Birla Fashion and Retail Limited. And then we have got Vipin Kiledar, Co-Founder and Director Commerce, Cepos Technology. This panel will be moderated by Mr. Joydeep Tiwary, CIO of Decathlon Sports India. Post that, we'll have a short presentation by Mr. Vipin Kiledar on the omni-channel commerce solutions. With this, I will hand over the session to Joydeep. Over to you, Joydeep. Thank you.
Thank you, Neeraj. Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. Pleasure to have you all. Pleasure to have you all. It's really interesting to be part of this esteemed panel discussion on this very important topic. It's really difficult times, I would say, and I really hope all of you are doing good and keeping safe as well with your families and your team as well. To kickstart the discussion, I think I will directly go to our panelists to really kickstart the discussion, to the panelists to really talk about their experience in the past 6 to 8 months, how life has been for them, how life has evolved for them in the past 6 to 8 months, which was pre-COVID, then during the lockdown, and how the digital transformation or the digital emergence has happened for them, for their companies in the past 6 months. So I welcome you all again, and let's get this discussion started. Maybe Sandeep Mistry, sir, do you want to get started? Sandeep, you're on mute.
Hi, my name is Sandeep, and I lead the IT for Pantaloons at Aditya Birla Fashion and Retail. As we all are passing through, we are in middle of and difficult but very interesting phase of time, and we are also looking into a very interesting and very exciting future. The way the whole customer experience and how the customer look at shopping is changing. So yeah, looking forward to be part of this session and learn few things.
Thanks. Over to Javed, sir.
Hello everyone, I'm Javed. I'm from the IT function of Spencer's Retail and Nature's Basket. We operate in a essential services domain. So all along throughout the lockdown, we have been operating. So we had challenges from both sides, from the operations as well, because we had to continue the business during the initial lockdown part, as well as we had to keep serving the customers who were not able to come to our stores. So during this period of lockdown, we have gradually shifted from brick and mortar to brick and mortar plus e-business. So we have been undergoing that transition, and it's very exciting. Like Sandeep said, the challenges are there, but it's very exciting and fulfilling as well, because we are taking it up as a service to our customers, providing essential services during trying times. Over to you, Joy.
Thanks. We have another Sandeep in our panel. Why don't you go ahead?
Thanks, Joy. Hi, this is Sandeep Temple from Jubilant Foodworks. So yes, the times are definitely exciting now. Now that business is recovering, and but let me go back 6 months ago when all of this started. And being food business, hygiene is of utmost importance. So a lot of innovative things came into play to assure our customers about the hygiene aspect and the zero contact delivery aspect. And also we ventured into delivering essentials like grocery and staples by tying up with some of the brands like Amul and ITC. So definitely something that we've never done, we were able to do in very short span of time. So this crisis brought a lot of innovation, and it's now growing. And I'm looking forward to have a wonderful discussion with all of the colleagues and learn more about their experience. Thank you.
Thanks, Sandeep. Over to Vipin.
Yeah, definitely. I would say it's a challenging and exciting time. Being part of commerce, I could see the innovation imperatives that are required as a part of the customers who are looking for their own customers. And mentioned by someone who are like a brick and mortar shop and now has been forced to come online, that too in a stipulated time, and customer asking us to implement solutions quickly, considering and again the buying behavior of the customers, like some customers who were basically forced to do certain things which they never used to do before 5 months back. So kind of exciting time as mentioned, and we have been helping a lot of customers satisfy their online need. So looking for this exciting discussions. I thank you.
Thanks, Vipin. Over to you, Neeraj.
Hey, thank you. Firstly, appreciate the opportunity given. I think during this period, we have seen a lot more digital than what we had in the last 2 or 3 years. I think the speed and acceleration of adopting digital technologies has clearly gone up, especially commerce, because we have, being SAP, we get an opportunity to work with multiple industries who are in both B2B and B2C domain, in some cases B2B2C also. So we've seen the manufacturers who are keen to reach out to their consumers directly, but service through dealers. So we've seen a lot of e-commerce going through that approach, and with migrant labor moving out, in some cases the whole delivery and support mechanism also had to undergo a lot of change. In healthcare and life sciences, I think that was essential commodity. So getting some of those customers up and running with the right products, with the right detail, product catalog management, search capability, and all of that was a big criteria for us. We looked at retail industry as such. We had to pivot. I mean, pivoting overnight, that too with people in a work from home mode, was definitely a challenging task. Some of our colleagues on the call have gone through that process, and many others are still going through that process, because not everybody has the muscle power to pivot that easily. Deploying technology is easy, but the whole change management element does take a lot of time. And consumers are, for lack of better words, quite ruthless. They will not wait if you are a little late. If you are late, they'll move on. And these days, brand and products are all dependent on how the experience a customer gets when he is engaging with you across multiple channels. And lastly, I think from a commerce perspective, we have seen a lot more adoption, a lot more increase in the maturity curve related to many of our partners who are deploying our solutions, because they had to overnight roll up their sleeves and train a lot more people to deploy commerce than ever before. So I think we are seeing a lot more of this, and I think it is going to increase because digital first and everything else second is going to be the new norm. At least that's what the consumers are expecting. So wishing everybody the very best, and look forward to hearing some interesting thoughts as we go along. Thank you.
Thanks, Neeraj. Thanks, everyone, for your opening remarks. Really interesting to hear the different perspectives coming from different industries and value chains as well. Next, I would like to invite Neeraj for his presentation. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, so I think from more than a presentation, I just wanted to give a perspective of what SAP is seeing across the retail domain. What are we experiencing, and how is it that we are coping with some of these things, or helping our customers cope with this? Uh, First and most important, we are seeing the experience economy go ahead in full swing. What I mean by that is, the earlier days, people would go and buy a blue colored checked shirt through a catalog, or I would go and select a light green paint for my drawing room. But nowadays, that's not the norm. The norm is experience. The norm is inspiration. So a lot of the e-commerce platforms that we are deploying are a lot to do with experience and inspiration. So how can you inspire a customer to go ahead, give his requirement? Maybe he's looking at a 5,000 square feet plot where he's trying to build a home. So can we give him different types of homes to look at given the space of his area? And can that then give him an opportunity to look at how much steel, how much cement, how much paint, etc. And then I go forward and give him the actual products, quantities, and then finally a quotation. So moving from experience to my requirement to shortlisting with a lot of potential choices that we give him, and then finally he going and saying, okay, this is what I'd really like to do. Some cases it's going one step further, and that's what we call influencer management, which is coming up in a big way, where influencers are also coming on board, whether they are masons and carpenters, or they are painters and mechanics. All these guys are coming on board. So a brand is not just selling its product, it's trying to inspire consumers. It's trying to bridge the gap between the consumers and the ecosystem, to make life a little more easier for the consumers. So I think this is something we are seeing happen in a big way. That's trend number one that we see. The second big trend that we are seeing is the whole concept of customer journeys. I think that is not new, whether it was a brick and mortar world or it was a digital world. Customer journey was always a key, more so with digital than ever before. So the ability to step by step nurture the customer and to increase my understanding of the customer. So what our retail customers are currently doing is building a profile of the customer from the point he logs into the portal, saying login through Facebook, LinkedIn, Google, whatever he chooses, and he gives you a consent that, okay, send me an SMSs every Saturday on the offers. He might go a week down the line and say, no, don't send me SMSs, send it to me on WhatsApp. So the ability to capture his consent, because he's approved me to do that, and then also his mode of communication. And then from that point on, not just consent and communication, but also building his profile. He's a young guy out of this city, typically likes sports goods, or typically likes fashion wear, or typically likes what sort of products or food does he like. So capturing his preferences and building his profile. I think that customer data repository and his profile building is extremely key. All customers have started doing that, and they are at various stages of building this. So this is trend number two that we see come up in a very, very big way. Uh, Third and most important is the whole ability to be customer centric through marketing. So unless I know what sort of a customer he is, his likes, dislikes, preferences, I will not be able to give him that experience. Depending on his avatar, I should be able to change things on the fly using artificial intelligence and machine learning. So his product preferences, the campaigns that are relevant for him, what did he search last time? Is it his birthday coming up? So maybe you show him the right set of products that he was earlier looking out for. So things like that. So digital marketing using artificial intelligence and machine learning is picking up. The whole social network integration is becoming, was always key and continues to be a high priority. So that's the trend number three. And fourth and last trend, if I was to say, is quick and rapid deployment. So what SAP Commerce Solution does, apart from having 3,000 plus customers worldwide across multiple industries, what we've also done is worked with a select set of partners for each industry, because what automotive wants in its dealer management is very different from what a chemical wants in its retailer management, very different from what a fashion outlet wants from its retail outlets. So having industry specific accelerators, as we call it, is becoming key, because those good old days of 9-month, 10-month projects are gone. those are no longer the way of life. You have no option, but some of you who are CDOs, you know the time pressures that you are on from your sales and marketing leaders who want things to go up and running fast. So accelerator solutions are extremely key, and these partners also help a lot on change management, because retailers know how this business can be pivoted from a brick and mortar to digital, but a lot of the manufacturing companies don't understand retail. They understand digital order management, and digital order management is completely different from handling an e-retail or an e-commerce platform. So there is, I believe, a huge requirement in the market that's going to come up from these traditional non-retail companies who also want to tie up with retailers or go to the market through retail, to have people who understand how retailing is done. And since they don't get such people so easily, accelerators and prepackaged solutions make it a little easier for them to go live quickly and with a lesser set of mistakes. So I just thought I'll give you this quick bird's eye view. I know I cut across a couple of industries, but retail today has become omnipresent and multi-industry as a domain. So I just thought I'll give you that flavor, and appreciate the time during the course of this discussion. If there are interesting points, I will certainly add on to that. Thank you so much.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Neeraj. It was really insightful. Good to really see the kind of experience you guys are having with your different partners that you're working for. So really, thank you for that. Okay, all right. Moving forward, guys, let's just taking a point from what Neeraj was talking about, digital first, and I think this is something that we have been hearing quite a lot in the past, especially the past 6 months or so. I'm sure everyone in the industry keeps talking about digital transformation, so on and so forth. But now is really, the past 6 months have really been the time when this each and every company has put the pedal on the gas to really accelerate like crazy. So let's just go around the table to understand how different companies have managed to do this kind of manage this kind of a customer journey with digital first in their different space. So why don't we start with Sandeep Mistry?
Hi. So all we know, the middle of March, we started seeing the stores closing down, and the entire April was entire business was shop was closed. Even the e-com and other things were not operational. So to the start of March, so we saw that we thought regroup together and find out, saying that what are the next possible opportunity as soon as the e-com opens. So the first was focus on an e-com, then to look for and how can I, once the store started opening, but as we also that the footfall are very low. So how can I leverage the inventories or the stock available at the store, and the very skillful staff available at the store who know the product very well. So how can I enable an omni-channel which help us to sell through a store, then to rapid delivery. So how can I quickly deliver to a customer from a store? That was the larger focus. Then to, as the time pass, strengthening each area, and then how we can leverage each of a channel and how we can build on it and how we can improve. That's has been our focus area on that. And we see a tremendous result on each of an area. And we saw the omni-channel is very exciting. Even the store staff find it very excited, saying that now I have the levers available, and not one but multiple levels available to reach out to my same old customers and serve them. And the kind of feedback what customer has given was not on. So the way customer has written back to us, the way they have posted the photo, who the guy who gone to deliver the apparel to them for the kids, the kids has posted a photo with the store guy who's went to deliver, was amazing.
Perfect. Thanks, Sandeep. Over to you, Javed.
Yeah, just on the morning of 24th, when we got an inkling that there might be a lockdown, So we started preparing right away. So till then, we had a very token presence in e-commerce, plus our out of store sale were very minuscule, hardly around 1% of the total sale. But abruptly, once store shut down, we struggled, let's say, for 3-4 days. And after that, we started opening the store. And in the first week of April, all our stores were open across India. And we did have challenges in getting the manpower to operate these stores, and we were operating in reduced hours, so we are not able to open from morning till evening. But by keeping it open for the first 15 days, we realized that keeping it open is not the solution, because we are not able to get the buyers. There was no footfall, so we had to reach out to our customers. So in parallel, we started reaching out to the RWAs, and we started outgoing calls for phone deliveries. We kept on asking customers, and we were able to recover a large part of our sale during this time because of this out of store initiatives. For the first 10 days or so, our e-commerce sites were totally bogged down because we did not anticipate this much scale, and we had lots of dissatisfied customers. But by the mid of April, we had scaled up everything, we had made changes to the architecture, and we were able to cater. The challenge today is that customers want to spend less time in the store, and they want to shop in a safe and secure environment. So even if they come to store, they want to spend a very little time, just drop in, buy and leave. So that customer journey, like Neeraj said, that customer journey is the key. So moving to digital, we are getting an advantage that we are able to curate the customer journey as per different customer segments. We are able to target them specifically. We are targeting their niche, and as well as we are able to give them different journeys. For a customer who's buying products at Nature's Basket has a different profile than a customer who's buying at Spencer's. So we are able to target them differently with different products, different offers. This is how digital is helping us. But the challenge remains that we still have to come out of the legacy, the technical debt, and move to something which is integrated, which works smoothly.
True. Very well said, Javed. Over to Sandeep for your views.
Okay, so for us it was slightly different. We were always having a presence in digital, and our business was split 50-50 between offline and online. However, once this lockdown things came into place and dining was stopped, so definitely the business shifted towards the total delivery business, and it was all through the digital mediums, website, PWA, and mobile apps. So, but one also, consumer behavior also shifted, consumer expectations also shifted. It was not like earlier. So, because of these strict adherences to various barriers in apartment complexes, consumer preferences to leave things at their door. So we started well in advance. So zero contact delivery, which we introduced, was much before the lockdown because we anticipated these things are coming. And sometimes customers wants to leave my baggage, my delivery with the security guard, or maybe at the tower security guard. So these preferences were all captured on the app and flowing down to the restaurant systems, on the invoice and on the rider app, so that there is a seamless flow of customer preferences, and at every stage of delivery, it is all the people in the journey are well informed. And also in a restaurant business, everything is planned into a point of sale system in the restaurant, displays. So these systems have to be integrated by the default nature of the business, and it has to be integrated in such a way that it's almost real time. So customer places order, real time confirmation on his mobile app, because restaurant may be closed, may be open. So real time, you have to show the store availability also to the customer. So every 1 minute, there's a heartbeat that goes from store systems to the app system, mobile apps, to show that the restaurant in your area is open or not. So that it should not happen. The customer places order and somebody calls up, says, sorry, we can't fulfill, the restaurant is closed in that area. So it has to be seamless journey from customer's perspective, and the systems needs to be all well integrated. And if if there is a system which comes pre-built with all these things, it makes the life of IT folks a lot easier. Thank you.
Thanks, Sandeep. Vipin or Neeraj, you'd like to step in and
Yeah, Vipin, go ahead.
Yeah, so I think it's very valid points. We have been also observing similar kind of requirements for the commerce solution from our customers, which you mentioned. Like, so some of them are like the contactless delivery, which Sandeep just mentioned, it is becoming a prime, and then providing special instructions while placing an order, like place the orders like hand it over to the security guard or hand it at the main tower. So all such instructions which are required as a part of special instructions. And then customer nowadays, as mentioned by Javed also some time back ago, is customer are pretty conscious about whenever they are placing the orders, they would like to know whether safety instructions are followed. So that is also applicable for the food industry, wherein like what safety instructions are getting followed. So they are pretty interested to know all those while placing this order. So we as an online player would definitely like to provide such features wherein we are telling our customer, we are assuring them that whatever safety instruction needs to be followed to avoid the current situation has been followed properly. So one such things basically definitely there are a lot of innovations happened also as a part of this overall I would say challenging situation wherein like customer wants some innovative solutions wherein they can do a lot of stuffs on their own, and like one such example is actually as mentioned, like because of the stocks and all, customers are pretty much want to know about the stocks available for specific groceries or specific items, and also what is the status of their orders. And then customers are basically calling the customer service agent for such requests, and customer service agents are getting swamped with all such requests, which can be easily handled through some AI enabled chatbots features. So such kind of an chatbot which help them to reduce the overall traffic on basically the customer service agent and can easily manage, because these are the tasks. And then I think we have seen a lot of increase in such requests from the customers on the online channel. So having a similar platform which is pretty much gives a personalized experience to the customers and provide what they're looking at. That is something which we have seen as a part of our experience while building such solution for the customers. Yeah.
The only thing I will add is one area that we saw pick up in this commerce journey is also a lot to do with training. So because of this pandemic, there was a lot of change in OPS that happened, or operational procedures, whether it is storing, stocking, delivery, handing over to customers, greeting customers. So all the big boys in town are in the process of deploying e-learning solutions for its field force. We've got, since we have global clients also, 10 country, 12 country rollouts of world's largest retailers happening on e-learning solutions. We also saw a lot of places where training the delivery team members, training the customer service agents on how to speak, how to handle the goods, all that through a digital e-learning solution of sorts, with gamification and all of that, because nowadays mobile has become the way to learn new things and get certified. So that's something we saw. And last but not the least, the whole concept of Uberization of service is also something that we saw, because people kind of moved back to their homes and there was a bit of a gap in availability of people in some areas. We have tools which allow a customer to roll out a mobile app which somebody can download, do his trainings online, get certified, upload his license, and become a certified agent of that organization. So overnight, you have somebody in the field who's a contract employee, not a direct employee, but who's certified and is fully aware of how to handle end customers. So this Uberization of employees also came up in a big way. Globally, in India, we have a few who are in the process who are doing that right now. Yeah, back to you.
Thanks, Neeraj. Very rightly said, and I think I would like to, merge 2 points. One, like you were saying, Uberization of service, and the other that Javed was saying, the scalability of the different solutions that different companies have in place. When we talk about this, we also have to talk about the kind of platforms that we are using. I'm sure here on this panel we have a mixture of the kind of platforms that we would be using. Some would be pre-packaged, some would be built internally, so on and so forth. So why don't we take some time to talk also about the kind of platforms that are being used in your respective spaces, and how these platforms helped you to answer the needs of your sales business teams. Why don't we start with Sandeep?
Yeah, so interesting thoughts. One is that I want to add something what we discussed earlier is unlike and every business has a different challenge, and what Javed talks about, wherein an apparel, the product what customer wants to buy is more or less not very fixed, saying what he wants to buy. And Joy, you probably will agree with me. So when even they go to an online also, they have something in mind saying, okay, I'm looking for a X, maybe t-shirts or a shorts or a joggers, but they are not very specific saying I want X product, okay, or I want a specific grocery. So the challenge is what we saw and which was very interesting is saying if and there are very many customers and housewife are not comfortable going to the online site and want to shop. They don't find it very comfortable going to your .com site and select, and they are not used to. So the WhatsApp has emerged as a very convenient platform for them. So many retailers we saw using it, and we also use it very effectively. So challenge was how to show them in catalog, where you have maybe 50, 100 products to show. And if you ask stores, they want to show as many products what you want. So how to share with them what is right for you, and built it in such a way that they are very easily can pick up the product and communicate back saying this is what I want. Once we saw we started working on it, many customer come back and say no, but I want to see live, so show me in the store live, and then I will pick it up, and then you do a virtual shopping for me. So the store staff will show in a different way and then say, okay, shortlist this. And then you show the product back and help them to build a cart. Many times this exercise goes on for hours and sometime beyond a day, where you pick up and build a basket and go back next day saying, madam, what happened to the basket? And so this is very exciting learnings what we had, saying how to one ensure that the customer we are able to show them the right set of products, help them to build the basket, and finally convert them, deliver them back. And many times and we have seen in very smaller places there are no express deliveries also available at initial period of time. So how you ensure that you still manage and cash on delivery, deliver to customer, and customer may at a delivery time go back and say, no, I want to drop this too. So how you handle that? Then to maybe people got up in idea saying, let's carry some more items and show them, and probably they may buy it. But how you will build that? I will add into an existing bill. So those are the different challenges which we kept on seeing, and then kept on finding in solutions for that. So various platform to answer, on an online to a standard .com platform, from order management to whole of backend solutions to a very customer friendly platforms, which are the WhatsApps or maybe Insta Commerce, and later in between Facebook came back and saying that you can open a store there. So being available in different markets, we have to find out a platform where our customer is using and not force them on a platform which we are available. So
Makes sense, Sandeep. It's the same sort of discussions we keep having with our internal teams as well, that okay, they want this or that, or okay, at the end of the day things change. So pretty much living the same life. Let's head over to Javed. How about you?
Yeah, I will just share a couple of experiences during this COVID times, which will give you an insight of how we have operated and changed. So, if you would know, Spencer's is one of the oldest retailing firms in India. So, it has an advantage as well as a disadvantage, because our legacy IT systems, they have been around for years and they have never changed. So, they are running as it is. We went on adding new systems in a bespoke manner. So our store sales is in a different system, POS is different, backend is different, and our e-commerce systems are different. So during COVID times, all of a sudden, all of these different channels converged together, and we, from a retailing firm, no, we turned ourselves into a sales firm. So if a customer is calling and saying, "Okay, sir, मैं आपका website खोल रखा है, but I'm not able to pay because the payment gateway something is wrong." So my store person calls, says, "ठीक है, why don't you give your order on phone and we'll get this delivered to your place." Or if there's a customer at the store who says that I have purchased the items, but I don't want to give the notes or anything, I will make a contactless payment. So we immediately shift that order to the online system and send the link for offline payment, for that contactless payment. So things like this kept on happening, and the entire store team was looking at a complete set that ये sale करना है. अभी अभी customer आ नहीं रहा है, जो customer आया, we have to sell and ensure that this gets converted into a sale. That is one part. The other part is that most of our systems are hosted out of the cloud. So cloud mein the benefit is that suppose abruptly every day you are delivering 5,000 orders, and because of lockdown you started getting 15,000 orders, just scale up the servers. That is the easiest part. लेकिन to deliver 15,000 orders, delivery boys कहाँ से आएंगे, pickers कहाँ से आएंगे? So during that time, no, abruptly one fine day we realized कि मेरे systems is not the constraint, लेकिन we don't have enough people. So like Neeraj was sharing that there is a Uberization of the services. Similarly, we had to look at the Uberization of picking. So we had to look at temporary people, people whom we could get at a shorter notice and who are not really a part of the Spencer's team and get this done. So these are two experiences which I'd like to share.
Absolutely. Could not agree more with you. Living the same life, I think all of us would completely agree with what you just said. Heading over to Sandeep, how things have been at your end?
Okay, so I'll just try, to put a thought in everyone's mind that in a restaurant system or restaurant app, the customer thought process is slightly different. As against to purchasing an apparel, because in apparel you just go and if you like something that fits your budget, your choices, you buy it. But in let's say pizza app or a food restaurant app, you already decided I want to order, and it's what menu is available in Domino's or Dunkin'. So you come to order. So the experience has to be even more frictionless, and it has to be personalized, because usually people would order their kind of pizza, their kind of customizations with the choice of certain sides or desserts. So do you want to repeat your last order? Do you want to upsell because something I was buying every time, but this time I missed to put in the cart? You want to remind through a pop-up before the payments? And of course the choices, preferences, customizations, which has to flow, directly in the real time from your app to your kitchen display system. Because you want to customize your pizza, you want to put extra cheese, you want to put some toppings, and you need to capture it correctly. If you go wrong on that, then again you're spoiling the customer experience. And then on the same app you're tracking each and every moment. If you see a Domino's app, a pizza is being baked, pizza is out for delivery, and then these are different systems. So restaurant system is different system. All these events are fired in real time to mobile platforms, and then customer is tracking the delivery. The rider is out from the store. Another system kicks in where the rider app sending GPX location live to this platform. Customer marks the delivery, the data flows back. So all these 3, 4, 5 systems, the payment gateway systems, and customer makes a choice to make a payment through a digital mode, but on the door. So which is like, can my rider throw up his apps with a QR code and customer pays touchless, still digital at customer door, because I want to get a pizza, then want to pay, but digitally. So all the systems, we have been doing a lot of innovations in all different systems and making the customer journey all seamless. But I would have wished that all this somebody should have thought through, and I could just activate. I want to activate digital payment. I want to activate UPI. I want to activate customer preferences for taking the pizza. So I would have been more happy, IT guy, instead of course, there was a definite joy in designing and delivering it under the pressure. A lot of learnings coming through. But yes, I mean, if somebody were to take a lead and design these things, thinking for improving the customer experience, it would save on a time, and we do some more creative, some more innovative things. Yeah, thanks.
Thanks, Sandeep. So over to Vipin. What have you seen with your customers, which I would say would relate to what we have heard from the other panelists?
Yeah, I think I was I was thinking. So basically, we also observed a similar kind of thing, like just mentioned by Sandeep, like about having a feature wherein you can just enable, disable certain set of features you want based on the requirement. And I think also mentioned by Javad, wherein since they were on a cloud based and they can easily upscale their requirement by adding certain set of servers, and they could manage the abrupt need of the increase in the traffic. So that was one more thing. So looking at ours, actually, we while implementing solutions for the customer, so we thought of like there are some set of commonalities which we are discussing here, which I could observe, because of the certain set of conditions now, we have a reduced set of workforce which are acting, or like there is surge in certain requirements, then we are not able to fulfill requirements. Okay. So one such thing is actually, as I was mentioning previously also, like customer service agent getting a lot of then calls. So there is a surge in a requirement in those space. Okay. And as mentioned by Sandeep also, like customers are looking at having a contactless delivery or certain features to be available immediately. As an IT company, or as an IT arm of business, we would like to have it easily enabled or disabled. Okay, so we would have thought of like, why can't we have these common features packaged as a solution and offered to customers? And again, as I said, like payment is which is common across all the industries, irrespective of whether it's a retail or we are selling related items and all, or like having an option of let's say digital wallet, wherein like just customer uploads their money there, and they don't want to pay it let's say for you, but we say okay, we will cut it from your digital wallet or something like that. And one more aspect which actually as a solution we thought of is actually it is pretty much applicable for the industry who are having both online and offline presence, and also they have large set of cataloging. And the pricing is one more aspect I would like to discuss a bit. Is like the pricing is changing very dynamically in considering the scenario because of the demand. Right? If it is there is high demand and low supply, that means the price gonna increase. So you're changing the pricing a lot to your customers. So how are you managing such kind of pricing displays in specifically in your stores? So you need some mechanism or some option wherein you can digitally manage the pricing. So currently, if you see, most of the times it's done manually. Like somebody from the store is responsible for, let's say, there is a board or a small slate where you just change the pricing. So we need some centralized solution for that, wherein like let's say on a click of a button you change the pricing for your offline stores and also the online store, or have a pricing which is in sync with online and offline stores, or having an option of providing promotions to your stores, and that too you are managing it from the back end. rather than you going and then changing the pricing and like cutting off like a 10% discount on this particular item. So all such features needs a lot of manual intervention. I believe you guys can agree on this, especially something who is having larger catalogs for them. So for that also, I think considering the reduced work force at the work, this was one of the challenging aspect to be handled. So we kind of provided certain solutions in and around. So thought here, I think I could since like we've been speaking a lot about the challenges currently different industries facing, especially from the commerce point of view. And with our past experience on both B2B and B2C, we thought of why can't we, I think Sandeep hit a nail wherein he mentioned like, why can't somebody thought about packaging all these features, make it like a plug and play and enable disable based on your wheels. So we thought of having such pre-packaged solution wherein which can basically have let's say plug and play kind of a scenario wherein you want to enable certain features for certain customers or like certain scenarios. So you can have those things done on the fly. So something which like that will definitely help the customers in a long run. And considering the scenario, so as we said, like some of the scenarios which we are discussing are gonna no more be there once things are gonna be normal. However, there are some scenarios which gonna be still gonna be there for a long run, which gonna be our new normal, I would say. So something like a contactless delivery, customers definitely now gonna talk about how are you maintaining your health and hygienes while preparing your stuffs. So they would like to know. In fact, in apparel industry, also they would like to see like from where you are bringing your stuffs, like how are you packing, and all those things. And one more aspect of products which we are selling online need not be basically uh, like like the classic example is apparel, I would say, and he also mentioned Sandeep also mentioned about their challenges while they are selling their products online. It's becoming very hard for their customer to visualize. So how can you bring latest technologies like augmented reality or virtual reality, wherein customers themselves can try certain things? At least they will have a look, like they have an image, and then they can try certain outfits and how it's gonna look on them. Such kind of a feature, which are powered by the AR VR kind of a technology, will definitely gonna help.
Makes sense, Vipin. Over to you, Neeraj.
Yeah, I think just taking a cue from what Vipin said, at SAP, what we try and do is put as much as pre-configuration as we can, work with partners to build plugins. So whether it is plugin with UPI, Beam, Google Pay, Apple Pay, all those multiple payment gateways, or it is the ability to synchronize with the merchandising and assortment plans that a lot of our retail customers have in their core system, retailing system. How can we pull that into the digital store from the physical store and then leverage that to take it to the next level? So some of these integrations, as Sandeep said, is absolutely crucial. That reduces the effort that have to be spent on mundane things, and that is when innovation gets room to do something new. And as Vipin rightly said, we are seeing AR VR pick up in a big way. We at SAP have a program called sap.io, essentially a platform where we work with a lot of startups. So one of our startups who has created a digital dealership. So the ability to actually hold your iPad or your mobile in the hand and cast in your garage a car that you're trying to buy. Maybe hold it next to a competitive car and then take a walk around it. And as you walk around it, you see the competitive car and the car you're trying to buy in a virtual reality mode. You can also click and open the door and go in and see. So that, or maybe in some customers we have put in eyewear. So once I take a photograph of myself, as Javed or Sandeep also said, the every customer who walks in, you have to convert him. So the ability to take a photograph, look at my facial curves, and recommend the right eyewear to me or recommend the right jewelry to me based on the occasion that I'm trying to buy it for. So these are essentially ways by which I can, just like today I'm in a work from home environment, how can you do a buy from home environment which allows you to buy slightly expensive products which otherwise need a bit of a touch and feel, but you still give that opportunity to a customer to shortlist, maybe try on, and then buy. So yeah, that's some of the new things that we are seeing quite often.
Thank you, Neeraj. Finally, thank you all for all the amazing and informative things that you have all shared today. Since we are running a bit behind schedule, so I'll quickly jump into a few questions from the audience. The first one, and again, feel free for any one of you to step forward and answer these questions. The first one is, a lot of retailers in the West have adopted and are successfully enabling omni-channel visibility through RFID and IoT. How are retailers enabling accuracy of inventory for successful omni-channel strategy?
Like to take up that omni-channel strategy part for inventory.
Sure.
If anyone is taking up the RFID and IoT part.
Sure. So I'll take the RFID.
Yeah, so my business is a food and grocery retailing. So for us, the e-business is especially typical and it's different from other e-business in the sense that we have a limited delivery time. So we have to deliver as per slots, and we have to deliver typically same day or the very next day. So in such a case, the store inventory and the inventory which is shown to the customers via omni-channel platforms has to be synced in perfectly. Otherwise, what happens? There is a serious case of customer dissatisfaction and customer friction, because fast moving products, when we show on the website, they will be available, but in between walk-in customer buys them, and then when we go to deliver, we find that they are not available. So we have adopted two different strategies to take care of such situations. We did have these situations earlier, but during the COVID period, when our offline sales have gone down and our online sales have increased substantially, now we are earmarking inventory separately for the e-business. So suppose we have 100 pieces of, let's say, Amul butter. So 50 pieces would be set aside for e-sales and 50 pieces would be set aside for offline sales. So that way we are able to handle the inventory, accuracy of inventory, what we show to the customers. The other part is, of course, of the ensuring that whenever customers order something, we deliver at the very same day which is requested. So this is handled by having connected systems, even though they are different bespoke systems, but they talk to each other at regular intervals, ensuring that we have the luxury of client systems which are not online systems. We use offline systems which work very fast, but at the same time they present the true inventory picture across all the different channels. Okay, I'm through. Over to you, Sandeep.
So I think it's a very interesting question, and use of an RFID is what we saw is plays a very critical role for an omni-channel kind of an operation, and especially when your products are available at a multiple channels. So not only your online and offline, but within your 3-4 channel too, your products available as buy online and ship from store kind of with the multiple partners and multiple marketplaces. And then in same time, you have probably for inventory optimization, would have put a system in place to have minimal inventory at in store and maximum pull available in warehouse so that we can optimize the inventory. So in that availability of RFID, track the product in a larger store like Decathlon or any departmental store or a Pantaloons, able to find that product in couple of minutes or less than 5 minutes is very critical. Or if you are not able to find, then making sure that the inventory is updated at same point of time plays a critical role. So I see that that's the one trend which will move, and a lot of retailers who are just watching saying that yes, it is going to be benefit. I think there is a very clear case of use case and a payback. And that will change the way your omni-channel operation will work in larger format stores, especially.
True. Absolutely agree. Sorry, absolutely agree with you, Sandeep. It's something I think even for us, we have been trying to experiment a lot with these new technologies to really keep track of the right kind of stock that is available either inside our stores or inside the warehouse, and it really helps. So completely agree that the trend is gonna become stronger as we progress. So moving on, next question. For the regional brands, does omni-channel add value?
If you are retailer, you are in business of selling, whether you are regional or local or a one shop store. Uh, and omni-channel is nothing but the various ways to serve your customers. So the customer is comfortable coming to a store and buy. Customer is comfortable buying on a WhatsApp. Comfortable buying online or through app. You have to be within customer. I'm saying you should be available where customer wants to buy. So omni-channel and all are the big words, but ultimately you should be available where customer wants.
Yeah, I agree totally. That's just one more way of reaching out to the customer.
And if I may add, in the COVID times, I've seen a lot of local neighborhood kirana shops offering the services on WhatsApp. So, I mean, of course, they didn't had a luxury of creating an app and a website, but omni-channel became a necessity in these times when there was no other way for customer to come to a shop. So it's not a, I mean, it's gonna be for everyone because customer convenience and a lot of external factors which may change the usual behavior. Now we have learned that anything can happen after COVID. Kind of preparedness that we have to be prepared for everything, and this will apply across. I would believe there would be very soon, maybe free of cost kind of apps coming up or platforms coming up, which everyone will be using for omni-channel journey experience of customers.
Absolutely. Next question. How do you ignore your existing investments when you start building new customer experience?
I think maybe I'll just add one or two points before I hand it over. I think the whole idea today is how can you leverage your existing investments, because those have reached a certain amount of maturity. There is a certain amount of stability that is there in the existing infrastructure, and the peripheral, I'm using the word peripheral in a loose way, but the peripheral systems need to be a lot more agile because of this. So one of the points that Sandeep said, the ability to integrate seamlessly but easily is a prerequisite today. And consumers are not going to work backwards after COVID. Now that you've given them the ability to buy on WhatsApp and get delivered at their doorstep, that to be the thank you, I think that is not going to go back. That's only going to go one step ahead. So they will expect a lot more. And I think the number of people eyeing the same customer has increased. It's influencers, search engines, marketplaces, social networks, telecom companies, banks, payment service providers. Everybody is eyeing for the same customer. So if you have agile peripheral systems that can plug into these various platforms, that is also equally critical. Not just back office integrations, but front office channel integration is just as critical to be able to, I would say, surround sound the customers in a way that they feel comfortable, but your brand does not lose out in the chaos.
Thanks, Neeraj. Anyone else wants to add to that?
Yeah, I'll add that we don't really need to ignore the existing investments which have been already done. The customer journey, it doesn't need to be exclusive. When we build new customer journey, better customer experience and all those things, they can sit on top of the existing mature systems and you get best of both the worlds.
Yes, I would agree as well. what we were building, what we were thinking was for the old normal, when we knew that we will have footfalls, there will be people walking inside our stores or in our restaurants. But today, with the new normal, the new investments have to think about tomorrow, and this is going to become a new normal where people will maybe try to do more from home. Like Neeraj was telling, companies like MyGate and Adda, they have a lot of this data of what is coming to our doorstep, what is coming, what am I doing, or what are the visitors, or so on and so forth. That is why these kind of companies are becoming a lot valuable, even though the service is not so apparent to a lot of people. So, okay, excellent. Let's keep going. The fourth question is, for an SME retailer, would you recommend an off-the-shelf e-commerce website product or bespoke, and why?
There is no single answer, but I'll take that. Both off-the-shelf e-commerce product and bespoke product, each of them have their benefits and disadvantages. The benefits that you get with a bespoke product is probably that you can customize it to a larger extent. Off-the-shelf e-commerce product, you will have to force fit certain things to your business processes. So at different times in the maturity of your e-commerce experience, you probably will need different solutions. So that depends from case to case. It's very difficult to give a single answer that either bespoke or off the shelf.
I think the only thing I will add there is uh, the days of innovating in creating an e-commerce portal are gone. Now the whole catalog, payment gateway, artificial intelligence, built-in marketing campaigns, avatar, login, these are now out of the box. So that's not the place where you need to reinvent the wheel. It's the differentiators that you should be able to create. So there will always be an element of bespoke, even if you go pre-packaged, or some bit of customization, because that is where you're trying to differentiate yourself from other brands in your competitive scenario. So I think the ability for the solution that you choose to be open enough to do both, handle the business as usual in a click way, but still allow you the ability to customize, create AR, VR, create some unique experience for the end customer. I think that plays a crucial role in my opinion. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I agree, Neeraj.
Anyone else would like to add? Okay. From my point of view, completely agree with what Javed and Neeraj said as well. Plus, I think solutions are really going to be the second step for me. We have to really first think about what is the user experience that you want to give to your user. Based on that is what you should be thinking about. Either you want to build a website, or you buy a website or a mobile app, or whatever it is. It depends completely on your business and the kind of user experience you want to give. So with that, I think we will not be able to take any more questions, unfortunately, because we are almost 4:02. I would now would like to invite Vipin to share his message.
Okay, thanks, Joy. Thank you very much. Give me a minute. I'm sharing my screen. I hope you can see my screen. Yep. So I think I would like to start with presentation as in where we are talking about how can we provide a differentiated customer experience, the next generation packaged omni-channel commerce solutions. And I think what is a need for this solution, we have been discussing a lot. digital escalations definitely, and the buying behavior of the customers. We have been speaking a lot about it, wherein we will discuss that the customers who are driving us for our digital channel, like some players who were thinking previously that they will plan the digitization or the online presence next year down the line. They have been forced to do that now itself, because that is becoming like an a disruption for them, and they need to basically bring that now. And talking about the innovations, definitely a lot of innovations has been required as a part of the offerings which we are doing to the customers. So when we talk about the innovation, I would like to give one instance wherein I was talking a few minutes back about it. So one of the customers, they were basically wanted to have a solution wherein they were looking for a digitized, personalized catalog for their customers. However, since their sales representatives cannot go and approach to the customers because of the lockdown situation, they were looking for certain solution wherein the customer themselves can use the app. And we enable the customers itself so that they can utilize the features that are available there, and they can build the solution or the catalog digitization on their own. So some of the factors which we are seeing that these are the business needs for the next gen commerce solution. And then I think in the audience also looking at the questions, we can easily say that there are some certain set of people who are looking for, they already have some solution or a presence, and they want to be a scalable and add those innovations that we are talking about, which are relevant to their customers across different channels. That is something for the existing player. However, there are some who are looking to quickly implement a solution which is gonna satisfy their business needs. Okay. So what should be the key capabilities when we talk about having such business need? So we are saying starting from the capability that should be available for 24/7, like the solution which you are we are proposing here should be available 24/7, and they should be able to fulfill on time as per the customer requirement, and definitely they should have the real time information about the inventory availability or tracking information about the customer deliveries. So these are some of the key capabilities that would be required as a part of your commerce offerings. And we definitely needs to have the personalized offerings which are again contextual, based on the context of the customers buying. We should provide them the appropriate, I would say, product. This again applicable for all the industries, but some industries, I think the questions from the Sandeep, wherein the apparel industry had this kind of a scenario where we can utilize the AR VR kind of an technologies to simulate and give the customer a close to real-time experience. That is something which should be the capability of the next gen commerce. On top of that, we're also discussing about distributing the traffic between the customer service agents and having a smart chatbots implemented on your commerce solution that helps you perform certain mundane tasks like order status or the inventory that can be taken care by the chatbots, and customer service agent or the sales service people can focus mainly on their key tasks to grow the business. One such capability which I also mentioned some time back was having a contactless centralized flexible system for your electronics shelf pricing and promotion display. So this is pretty much applicable in a scenario where, as I mentioned, customers having a large set of product catalogs, and they would like to have a solution wherein they can manage the pricing of their stores from one single place, and it is errorless and quickly updatable across different channels. So that is something, is one more feature which the commerce solution should definitely possess, and that can be an differentiator considering situation now wherein we have less set of workforce working for the stores. and adopting the latest buying behaviors, wherein you have an option wherein I think the payment related option which we discussed here was an example wherein you should be pretty flexible when you are providing this kind of services, and based on the customer request. In case of I think Spencer, we mentioned about customers would like to buy and would like to pay sometimes digitally, or sometimes having cash on delivery options. So we should be pretty flexible while supporting such a requirement from the customers. And then again, having digitized wallets, the loyalty points, so that the customer can pay it at once, and then he should be able to buy it at anywhere, like be it your shop or store or online. So you should be able to give those options to your customers, buy those stuffs. So these are some of the key capabilities. There are more, like scalability is one aspect with which came up during our discussion, and having the pricing which is flexible. I would just to add some more. So these are some key capabilities what we are discussing. However, the business would like to also understand. So whatever are the capabilities, how effectively they are getting implemented, and what is the adoption rate for those here. So we need certain set of KPIs based on which we can gauge the effectiveness of our, I would say, the solution which we have been providing. So for us, as a prepackaged commerce solution, what we are seeing, we feel that these are the 7 key KPIs which are required to gauge the effectiveness of the commerce solution. So some of them, as in like we need to talk about is the web traffic, the cart abandonment rate. Nowadays, I think some of us mentioned that, especially for the food and beverages industry, we said that the customers are definitely going to buy. That's why they are on the site. So we have some serious customers who are basically visiting. So in their cases, it might be like the cart abandonment rate might be definitely higher. But talking about reduction in the customer service time interaction with their customers, or increasing the customer lifetime and the decreasing the customer acquisition cost. So these are some of the KPIs which can be utilized to understand and gauge the effectiveness of the commerce solution which we are basically talking about. The key will be here to deploy, as mentioned by Neeraj, most of the solutions, especially the one which you're talking about, comes with a lot of features which are out of the box, which can be implemented in quickly. And then on top of that, we can build the business specific features and the requirements, and then extend as per our requirement. So that has to be the option here. And the NxtGen cloud and highly extensible solution which we are discussing here should have possess, I would say, 3 qualities as a part of the solution. Nowadays, definitely cloud becoming the imperative for deploying the solution, because as a commerce player, we are not sure do we need to scale up and scale down based on the requirements. So that is currently we have observed in one such instance of Spencer, wherein they had to scale up. We definitely need to scale up in future also, because there will be some scenarios like the festive season is going to come. So we need to have an option wherein we can easily scale up and scale down based on our requirement. We should be able to quickly tailor to the requirements what the customer is requiring currently from our businesses, and it should be seamlessly talking to multiple systems. So that is something, again, is an option I would say we need as a part of the commerce solution. Yeah, so we are talking about the effectiveness. So how do, as a business, would like to prioritize their requirement so that they can achieve the above outcomes in the short term, medium term, and long term case. So the next slide talks about that. As we said, like business definitely has to be agile, wherein like they with the set of functionality what is available and what is must for the business, they go live in an agile mode. They engage with the customers, they transact and support the customers overall optimize the cost and have the build to be done in terms of weeks. As mentioned by Neeraj, gone are those days wherein like we had a full blown 9-month project wherein the business is implementing and customers are waiting for those. We need to pass on these benefits quickly as possible to the end customers as possible by providing them something to look at and to operate at within weeks time. And later on we can have an option of providing them more personalized nice to have functionalities and engage more with the customers, which will trigger the new set of revenues for us. And the end goal has to be definitely grow. How do we gonna grow our business, or how do we gonna transform our whole digitization, which is the online platform, uh, multiple sectors, or if you are operating in multiple geographies, have those options implemented across geographies, and build a lifetime relation with the customers. For that, definitely we would need to adopt certain disruptive technologies, which we are discussing about AI, ML, and the AR, VR. And that should be tagged with the advanced insight capabilities, which will help us to identify the right set of functionalities that needs to be given the priorities in our offering. Yeah. So with that, would like to talk about at Sapers, we have been closely working with the customers during this pandemic situation and before also. So we could understand the kind of requirements, what they are looking at now, and we can compare this as a pre-COVID and post-COVID scenarios here, like the kind of ask the business wanted previously and now. Definitely, as I mentioned some time back, some of the asks gonna be stay there as a new normal. They definitely needs to be carry forwarded, as mentioned by Neeraj. Once you give customers something, they would like to have something better than that. So that is something the customers would always like to have. So with our experience in implementing the commerce solutions across industries, we came up with an idea of having a pre-packaged solution that will cater to the customer requirement. So two such solutions which we have built, which are catering currently based on the SAP's next generation commerce technology, which is called as Spartacus also, that helps the customers to provide a unique customer experience across multiple channels and build the headless commerce related commerce offerings. So headless commerce is one more such interesting term which I just wanted to purposefully not discuss during our discussion, but wanted to discuss it here. Is pretty interesting feature which actually helps you as a business to have your offerings with a similar or single platform across multiple omni-channel platforms. So you have your, I would say, a commerce engine running on a single commerce platform, and then have them showcased to the customers across multiple channels. Like online is one such channel. We are talking about having interactions using, let's say in future, using, let's say, Facebook, or for that matter, we have web apps, or like we have a WhatsApp, like WhatsApp integration with our core commerce engine. So that is also a possibility. We have been observing one trend. So we have implemented this pre-packaged solutions to some of our customers, and we could see certain benefits out of that, which we have mentioned it here. One such benefit was 35% reduction in the customer service agent interactions. So a lot of things which customer need could automate using certain tools like the chatbot and all. One such another benefit would say like increase in the traffic from the old channel to the new channel, and the reduction in the overall implementation and time. That is something I would say as a key feature for us, because considering a situation customers and the business wants to be onboarded very quickly, we need to have we need to provide such features wherein you can have the implementation done in weeks time with reduction in your overall implementation and cost time. So, so some of the features what we are discussing actually span across multiple industries. They are pretty much applicable for the grocery, the food and beverages, the apparel industry, electronics industry, or a jewelry or a furniture for that matter, and beauty also. So when I say apparel, the both sport and apparel we can count in there. So the features what we are talking now in a couple of minutes, basically they are pretty much generic, which can be incorporated across industries and can be quickly implemented as per or quickly tailor-made as per requirements. Yeah. So with that, I would like to take you and walk you through some of the key features what we have been building as a part of our solution. And so those are some of the features which we kind of listed down here. I think which we've been discussing about in our discussions. Some of them are like having a ability to log in using social channel, having a chatbot which can basically help you to solve your problems in terms of the ordering or real-time inventory checks. Then having basically a bundling offering or customizing your products using a mechanism wherein like the customer wants certain set of products to be customized as per their requirements, so you should be able to customize those. Having a digital wallet using a gift card or like having a digital wallet by providing an option for them redeem those points using various options. Then having a payment mechanism which can be integrated with your gift cards or which can be integrated with your loyalty points. Contactless delivery, definitely that is on the card for us, wherein we have built a feature wherein a contactless delivery can be done using the QR code technology. We have used a QR code technology here. So let me walk you through those as a part of the video here. Rather than I'm discussing, I will walk you through how it looks in the actual site. I hope you can see my screen. You guys, can you see my screen?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. So this is the solution which we are talking about. So as a reference, as I said, we have taken three industries. One is a grocery, because grocery being in picture after the COVID, and a couple of and the food and beverages definitely. So we have kind of built a three reference site as a part of our solution here. One is the grocery, as I said, and a couple of them are the actual food and beverages site, which are, one is basically an online site which you can purchase the combos, something similar to the KFC or McD's scenario, wherein you can have the combination of those. And the third being similar to online pizza offering, wherein like you can have the option of buying pizza online. So I would walk you through certain features which we had discussed during the course of our discussions. One such feature is definitely ability to customer can log in with the social channel and provide their information. So that is again a capability which we have built as a part of the solution. So once they logged in through social channel, we would like to have certain additional information to be taken for extra marketing, like their nationality, their date of birth or mobile number, or the store of their liking. So that is something which will be required as a part of the offering. So that is something which is built as a part of the offerings. So once you go here as an logged in, you will have a lot of options. The one such option is basically have the ability to schedule your delivery. So that is something becoming a norm, wherein uh, customers would like to know when their deliveries can be delivered, or they have an option wherein they can select the delivery of their liking. So here I'm showing an option wherein like they can select the delivery as per their liking, and also they will understand, okay, how many slots are available for that deliveries. As a business, we should also understand those aspects. I go next, and I need an option wherein like as I said, option for paying. So I would like to have that also. Provide certain special instructions again is a feature wherein like we were discussing like while in order the customer would like to provide and give them the option of having certain extra special delivery instruction to be added there. So that is one option. And then having a capability wherein you can have an option of paying through multiple options, like you're paying through loyalty points, you're paying through the gift cards, or you're paying through an as mentioned by Neeraj, various payment options. So in this case, we have a Razor Pay as an one option, which can be added more as per our requirement. So here we are selecting certain payment options, and you can transact with the customers. So the next feature which we are talking about is an option of having a contactless delivery. I would like to explain it how it works a bit here. So we have an option wherein once you place an order, you get a QR code embedded as part of your confirmation of the order, and that can be utilized for your contactless delivery. So how does it work in case of a pickup or a curbside delivery is you can select a pickup as an option in case you want to pick it from the store, or you want a delivery to be done at your end. And this QR code will embed the required information that can be verified as an order for you. And once the verification has been done, the order will be verified by the agent who is delivering the specific order to you. And also on top of that, if you have selected a pickup option, you will receive an information about in case the business has an option of providing a specific parking slot the customers, we can pass on that information to the customer, and that customer can be readily available at the stipulated mentioned time, and someone from the shop can come up along with the order and hand it over the order by verification of this order using the QR code technology. So that can be also be an option wherein you have a better approach of contactless and assured option for you. So couple of features which we discussed were about the bundling feature. So for now, we are talking about a food scenario. However, this bundling can be easily incorporated for the industries like electronics, for that matter, furniture also, wherein like, or any other grocery wherein they want to sell the products as a bundle. So now we are showing this one option wherein like I'm creating a combo or a bundle of a sandwich, and once I create that, I go ahead and add certain extra components of my liking. Like in this case, I'm adding a drink or a fries. So I go and select my drink which I like or I prefer, and the fries which I like and I prefer. So in this case, I'm selecting the available one. And then once I'm satisfied, I can go ahead and place this particular order for me. So this is an option again, which is required. And one more option, I think what came up during the discussion also was the configuration of the product. As in like as a customer, I should be able to configure my product of my liking, so or customize my product of my liking. So this can be easily done here. In this case, I'm customizing this particular product of my liking. Then I have various options like what sort of base I would like, what sort of toppings I would like to add. So this can be, again, as I mentioned, can be customized for the industries of our liking. Like again, taking an example of electronics industry, like they would like to buy, let's say, laptop, and they want to mention about the OS or the RAMs or the memory. So all these such components can be added as a part of this offering, and we can have those selected by the customers. If there are some additional pricing, that also gets into consideration once we select that. We do have a feature wherein it's pretty much required nowadays. I would not say it's an something which a differentiator, which is having a pickup and a delivery option for you. So pickup and delivery options becomes an imperative again for the commerce players, wherein they can select a pickup option, and based on the selection of the store, it can be picked up at the specified time. And then again, you can have a flavor of contactless delivery, wherein those orders can be picked up by them. Yeah, coming back to one such feature which we have built is the gift cards. Gift cards again are required for you, wherein you buy the gift card and you can do the payment of your gift card, wherein like you have an option wherein you once you have a gift card purchase from the site, you would like to go and buy using your gift card. So you select the gift card buying option, provide the information which are shared with you as a gift card, and you make the remainder of the payment using the gift card. So in this case, the gift card is a higher price, so you need not pay anything. You just click on a place order and it should be done for you. So such scenarios are built as a part of. I have kept one more scenario, which is again we've been discussing about, is having a chatbot, which is basically AI enabled and which understands your customers, and based on the customer's requirement, it gives you an automated response, and hence resulting in reduction in the overall traffic. So in this case, you start talking to the customer, and based on the inputs, it gives you categories like whether you want to browse the products, browse the category, or you want to see the order status. And depending on the selection of the customers, it gives you the appropriate result. So I think there was one scenario when especially for the apparel industry, wherein the question came in like, how can you make sure that you showcase the customers what product they are looking at? So this can be a solution wherein chatbot enabled product listing, which is more contextualized and personalized for your customer requirement, and it showcases you the result the way you can see it here. Like I have asked for certain stuffs, it is showing me the result along with the inventory for that matter. And the similar scenarios like order status and all can be available as per your requirement. You definitely need a loyalty mechanism wherein like you reward your customer based on the loyalty what you have been providing them. So that also is an option wherein you can provide them the loyalty, or this solution can integrate with the existing loyalty system if you have any, and provide the loyalty related scenarios to you. Yep. So some of the features which we also have discussed in this is actually the centralized. Just give me a minute. I just need to switch. Yep. So we were discussing about a feature which is a centralized pricing and promotion for retail store. That is something we feel again needs to be mentioned here because as an offering, we have been seeing this as a major value add also, and also having an integration with your existing commerce solution, wherein like the customers who is buying in the store, they can check certain calorific values or health related instruction for that product online, rather than they are inquiring these things with the actual salesperson who is available at the store. So such integrations has been built wherein you can on scan of a code, which is again in QR code here, you display that to the customer, and the customer can scan those QR codes and transact with your online shop for certain information. This case, if it is not available, customer has to rely on the existing sales representative in the shop for such informations. Yeah, so this solution is basically based on technology wherein you can electronically manage the pricing across. It's again dependent on the IoT. So the devices what we are seeing in the images are IoT enabled, which can talk to your backend system, and you can manage their pricing and promotion related information from the backend. And on the same line, you can going ahead in the future, you can enable a feature, something like a pay once and buy anywhere scenario, wherein you have certain set of amount in your digital wallet, and you scan this code, and payment will be done then and there itself using your commerce channel. So these are some of the functionalities which wanted to discuss. So as I said, these functionalities definitely are part of the package, which helps the customer to onboard quickly with these set of features, and and those features will help customers also, and the business to grow quickly in the areas of online store. Yeah. So these are the things. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Vipin, for this wonderful presentation that you did. Friends, with this we come to an end to this wonderful session that we had. I thank all my panelists who have given their valuable insights, and we have got a lot of comments also on this. We'll try to address them offline. Thank you everyone for joining this panel, and thank you panelists. Have a wonderful day ahead.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.